Thank you for joining us today. Welcome to the Lionsgate with Mari Mendoza. Mari is a multifaceted energy healer, shaman, sound healer, and she's experienced many transmissions from the divine. Today is the Lionsgate, and this is a cosmic opening to solar consciousness. Mari's going to give us a very exciting teaching, and then she's going to give you guys a chance to be interactive and do a Q&A, and then we will enter her dream chamber so that you can experience the energy of the dream chamber. And so I don't know how many of you, let's raise your hand if you were here for Mari's last teaching. Okay, so we've got some new folks. Just to encourage you with Zoom, don't get discouraged with Zoom. If you guys have any questions, in the bottom you'll see a little chat. Just chat me. I'm Jenny Rain. Chat me and I can help you not be frustrated. So now I am going to turn it over to Mari. Let me unmute her. I am going to turn it over to her. I'm going to mute myself and we will get going. Mari, it's all you.
Can you hear me? Welcome everyone. Absolute love and infinite blessings on this Lionsgate. I am so excited that you're all here, and I have been hearing this coming through and knowing that the 8-8 is a very powerful cosmic gateway portal. We are opening to multidimensional our multidimensional awareness now, and more. Many of us are experiencing many different levels, and there's tremendous energy coming through from the galactic center, the Milky Way, and the Lionsgate is that one of those transmissions. It's very important. In the Maya lands and in Egypt and several other places around the globe, this gateway is the portal, the brand new year, a new cosmic alignment, a cosmic new year. And so as we navigate these times, more and more people are understanding that we're opening to our multidimensional self, our galactic self. We're remembering our cosmic origins. And so this time is powerful to receive new codes. We have finished, and we started around the 26th of July, and this gateway goes all the way until the 12th of August, but right now it's peaking. And so there's clearing of old timelines that has been happening, and you may have noticed that. Clearing and releasing old ideas, timelines, lifetimes, old polarities, division, separation, old belief systems and consciousness, because we're stepping into something new. So this Lionsgate is a powerful transmission, and if you listen to it later or a month from now, you will still receive the energy. Whenever you come in, it's perfect. So I welcome you, and I want just everyone for a moment to just close your eyes and take a breath. Bring your hands to your heart. And breathe in, sa, and release your breath. Sa is a crystalline, it's a Sanskrit breath. It opens your expansiveness. Take a breath in, breathe in. Connect the mind, the heart, the belly. Sa, just allow yourself to relax now. And one more time as you breathe consciously. Connecting through the mind, the heart, the belly. And just allow now. Open all of your inner spaces to receive. And if you notice any tension, any resistance, breathe into that. And open, because this moment now is a powerful connection. And everyone that steps in, you are powerful beings. You are powerful beings. I can feel it. I've already sensed and been working with this energy for quite some time. And just now, a tremendous group surrounds us. So really trust that what is happening and unfolding is perfect. I am a way shower. All of you all of us connect to this energy. All of us are capable of tapping in and tuning into this. You may be aware, maybe not. You might notice it in your breath. You might notice how things are happening, or there might be areas in your life that are closing down and others that are opening up. So just allow. But in this moment, bring your presence here, your divine presence, as we open this gate, as we connect into the galactic energy of this. So one more breath, breathe in. Wonderful. So let's go to our beautiful slideshow. So I will begin by just sharing a little bit. I have traveled for many years with various different groups to remote regions in the world. But before I did a lot of clearing and healing energy work before I traveled anywhere. And recently, one of my mentors was asked, do we have to go to the temples in order to receive the transmissions? And he said, no, you are the temple. And that's what we're beginning to really understand. Yes, of course, cultivate the energy within and then go to those places and you will understand it even more. So I did this for some years. I worked with energy for about 10 years at least, and then I started to travel. So this slide that you see here, this is a very remote region in Bolivia. And we were with Earthkeeper Group and Tiburon, and it was an amazing event. And why I share this, we did Earth gathering energies, but this was in the Garden of the Gods, and there was a very incredible energy of Tibet and very beautiful, peaceful energy. And this is where I first discovered Sekhmet. Now, Sekhmet is a lioness. She is the lion goddess of Egypt. And later, when I went to Egypt, I connected with her. So this beautiful region you see on the slide, this is the Garden of the Gods, and all of these stone beings are speaking, and they're gathered around us, and they are just incredible. So as we undergo this time, these monoliths and the temples around the world hold the frequency, and they hold the memory, and they open our DNA, and they remind us they are always transmitting. And if you step into the field, so I want you to breathe into the energy of this. Breathe and allow yourself to begin to feel these earth energies. So in Bolivia, very remote regions, very high crystalline energy, 12th dimensional and beyond. So the Andes are holding these frequencies of crystalline. And so this is a powerful, powerful transmission. We're in an accelerated time of crystalline energy, and we are being activated so that we fully soul embody. And that's what ascension is. And so many of the shamanic cultures and the Himalayan masters and the regions around the world knew about this and were holding these frequencies until we were ready. The embodiment of light, ascension, essentially ascension. So that we are being called to really step into our mastery in our divine form, the human form, the divine human form. We're remembering these blueprints, we're remembering these gateways, and this is why the transmissions are coming in. We have tremendous amount of transmission coming in. So this gateway today, the Lion's Gate, it's a solar consciousness. And right now we are aligned. We have planetary alignment that's, the sun is coded for all life, for all well-being, and it holds the imprints and the codes so that we can be downloaded when the time is right to align with cosmic forces so that we can open to a new life. All of our biocircuitry, our bioenergy field is being upgraded into mastery. And so when we connect to these energies, we open to this, the Lion's Gate. So can you put up the, there we go. So I want you to just breathe into, just feel the energy of this and open and take a breath, almost like with your mouth. Open up your lungs and open to expansion. Breathe, open. And as you open, you know, we connect with the alignments on the planet. Right now, the sun is aligned through the galactic center. We're opening to super consciousness. It's a really incredible energy that's coming in. The sun, the pyramids, the Sphinx in Egypt. But I want to tell you about this. So here we are in the Garden of the Gods in very remote region in Bolivia, and we are doing a ceremony. And we're cleansing. And right now we're cleansing and purging on every level so that we can open to this. So we're cleansing, and people are being instructed to cry and release and just really get into it. And during this ceremony, as I was doing this, in steps this being I had no idea. And this was Sekhmet, and she introduced herself as Sekhmet, the lion goddess of Egypt. Now I had a little understanding, a little remote coming across her at other times, but this is when she stepped in. And she stepped in and quite surprised me. She said, "Stop that." She said, "Knock it off, get out of there." She said, "Stand up, stand in your power, call in your courage." Much like some of the other goddesses of around the world, like Kali, the Durga, the one that calls us into our mastery to step into our power and to not grovel around, not to be in our victim. So she said, "Stand up and stop that. You are about much more than this. Step into your power and let go of that old stuff." So during this time, the whole entire time, I'm connecting with other energies. I am connecting with this. It was a powerful energy. Next slide, thank you. So as we're doing meditation afterwards, this beautiful lake, and there are people across the way chanting and singing, and this tremendous rock, it doesn't look as big as in the photo as it actually is. It called to me, and I moved over to it because the earth is talking, you know, and I was able to listen and hear. And it instructed me to place my hands on it. And then as I did that, it said, "Put your forehead to the stone." And as I did, I fell into the stone and went through many multi-dimensional layers. I fell through layers of healing, and this was a healing stone. And as I did that, it cleansed me. There was tremendous green and pink light, and I took a journey right there. I have no idea how long I was connected here, but when I emerged, I believe that it really opened me to deeper levels of multidimensional awareness. And this is what the shamans do. They know how to travel through the earth portals, through the vortexes, the vortals, through all the different energies. They know how to connect with the ley lines. That's why this is so important. The connection of our earth honoring traditions, but lifting that into the crystalline and moving into the cosmic. Many of the people, the Inca and the traditions in South America, many of those masters were connected to the luminous realms, the shining, what they call Inti Choricuna, children of the sun in Peru. And currently that's where I'm studying my shamanic and gathering the ceremonies. And many of you have experienced some of those ceremonies that I am doing. I had a distinct memory of many lifetimes. The first time I went to Bolivia and went to Peru and Lake Titicaca. So as we connect, we begin to open our awareness. So just notice if any part of you is buzzing, tingling. Next slide, please. So this is Sekhmet. And as she called me forward, this is in the temple in Karnak. As she called me forward, I opened to this energy. She has been misunderstood as the warrior goddess, but now we understand more that she is the mother who, she's connected to flame, to the fire. She is the mother who transmutes and clears. And if you can see, she holds a staff in front of her. And that staff has a lotus on the end of the staff of power. The rod of power. The masters use these. Many people have this example. In Peru, they have what they call the vara de poder, which is the staff of power. This is an energy as she steps forward to stay firmly centered in the core, in the center, in your divine presence, and hold your power and walk forward. In her right hand, she holds the Ankh. So if you notice, there are orbs. They're very subtle through this whole entire photograph. We were surrounded when we were allowed. This was a special entry into this temple in Karnak. She was all locked away, and we were looking for her. And somebody came with a key, suddenly showed up with a key, and we were able to enter. And when we came into this temple, as we walked around, and I went to the side, all of a sudden, I'm opening my being, and all of a sudden, she turned and looked at me and gave me the most tremendous transmission. So I want you to breathe and just connect with her. Next slide, please. As you breathe, so in Egypt, the masters in all the temples, this solar consciousness was shown everywhere. Everywhere you look, there's solar consciousness. This temple was in a remote region in Nubia. And some of this was for the kings, these temples. But this one, if you see the second goddess in, and there's two flanking on the inner, there are two goddesses there. And they have what you call a solar disk in the feathers, Ma'at and Nefertari. They were honoring the Divine Mother. And the energy of it was present everywhere. It was incredible. Next slide, please. So the tremendous energy, if you see the statues on the side, and there's a lot of understanding and more is revealed, and you may also have your own information. But this goddess stepping forward, she's stepping forward, and it's the divine feminine. Many of the beings that came, the star beings, including, the lion kings, or those that were connected to Star Sirius, those were very, very tall beings, and it was registered. That's why their temples are just monumental, because of this energy. So next slide. So everywhere you see Sekhmet, and she was the ruler. Her consort was Ptah. It was all about life-giving energy. And if you notice, she wears, touching her crown, a solar disk. This is what we are connecting into. This is what we want to open to, are the solar codes that come through that. In many of the temples, there are pictures of kings and pharaohs and beings, and you will not see this solar disk connected to their crown, because they are not fully embodied in their solar consciousness. But they came to show us that we had the capacity to open, that we would gain this tremendous wisdom from these transmissions. So the Syrian connection, the Syrians, the lions, they were the gatekeepers of solar consciousness. And so this energy was powerful, very, very powerful. So we're in an astrological alignment right now of the sun, the earth, and Sirius. So this gateway is open. And so these frequencies are coming through, and everyone has different abilities to connect. And they say that we are connected to many different star systems, and we are basically like galactic lounge here on the planet, that everyone that you meet might be from a completely far different galaxy or sector of the universe. But we're coming here to celebrate our diversity. And so not one or another is the one. What we're opening to is solar consciousness, is unity consciousness. And the codes that are coming in are helping us so that we align into our crystalline, into our cosmic, so that we can begin to embody our divine human form. So the temples all over Egypt were originally covered with a beautiful crystalline energy. And so the temples were covered in this crystalline, the crystals that are no longer there. All we see are what is remaining from thousands and thousands of years. Next slide, please. So Sekhmet, she is fierce, and some of the guardians will just only connect to this, the priestess energy. She was also, Sekhmet was also seen very regularly with Hathor. Next slide. So the Hathors, this temple, this is in the Valley of the Kings. This temple was a side temple to a larger temple where there was a female pharaoh. There's a lot of history around that and misunderstanding of the word pharaoh. Pharaoh actually it's the house of the female, actually, the female's lineage. So anyway, the Hathors, they are depicted as a cow goddess, but actually there is much more to this. Many years before I went to Egypt, I connected to the energy of Hathor. Next slide, please. I'll get a close-up. So these are 12th dimensional beings. They are sound, and this is when I first started to bring sound in. Other way showers and gatekeepers like Tom Kenyon and many others who work with sound specifically have brought in frequencies and codes around the Hathors. I was living on Cape Cod, and I began to download and begin to connect to this energy, opening to the sound, and that's how I opened my own sound. And when I actually got to Egypt, I was so surprised by the energy there, because the temples, many of the temples, the Isis temple and Dendara and many others, Hathor is there. She is the divine mother. So we see Sekhmet, who is the warrior, the one who is the firm. She is the one. She's the warrior goddess. She is no nonsense. Snap out of it, step forward and get your courage and gather your power. And Hathor is divine love and sexuality and play and music and art. And so these two combinations of the feminine of this energy, this was an incredible energy, an honoring of Hathor, of these beings. And when I experienced them, they taught me much about sound. They came in and they were incredible pink and golden energy. And I received transmission after transmission from them. So let's go to the next slide, please. Take a breath. Everywhere you go in the temples, can you see all of the orbs? These beings there are tremendous amounts of energies here. So as you breathe in, connect to your heart, drink it in, drink it in, drink it in. Allow yourself to really, really align with this energy. These energies. Next slide, please. This is the Holy of the Holies. This is the solar boat, and there are orbs here too, if you can see them. This is a tremendous energy. In all of the temples, there's a Holy of Holies, and this was cordoned off, but we got to step to close enough to look. And the solar boat, this connection here, the energy comes through the pyramid into this spot, and then it radiates out across the plane and across the world. So they knew where the ley lines were and it was usually depicted with a serpent that was rising up in a spiral. So it showed where the earth energy was coming up out of the earth. So the Holy of Holies was a place to come and connect, and they did many ceremonies here. Next slide. So you can feel the energy. So here we have the famous Sphinx. And there's lots of stories. There are chambers, there are star portals. Right behind that is the energy of the pyramid, the Great Pyramid. And these pyramids we knew them for our recent history as burial chambers, but these pyramids were light conductors. They were great generators of light that connected around the world and connected the ley lines. And so this Sphinx and the energy of it is much older than we were told. Next slide, please. So Hathor, the energy of Hathor. Connect to that solar disk. Next slide. So right now, we are really in a powerful times in the Temple of Osiris. This, you may be familiar with this sacred geometry. This is one of my own renditions of this. There were stamped, the first time I saw it in the temples, there were stamps. There were 2 of these flash burned into the Temple of Osiris. And they carbon dated them to well beyond 10,000 years. Okay, so this is the code of life, the flower of life, the codes, and all the codes are here. So right now we're in a planetary alignment of shedding the old coding, opening to the new. We are in a cluster of planets. We've come out of retrograde, but right in this moment, the planets that are aligning, the Star Sirius, the Sun, the pyramids, the Mars, that represents the physicality on our planet, Venus, emotional, Mercury, the mental, the Sirius, the star god, the star consciousness, God consciousness, our genetic perfection. Take that in. It connects us, on every level. So all of these planets are opening us to this moment in time. And so as we step into this dream chamber, and we open the dream chamber solstice, summer solstice 2019, I was guided because in the alignment, I was guided to open a dream chamber. I worked many years ago with dreamers, the shamans, many of them talk about dreaming, and that we're in a time now to dream awake a new world. And that means we're visioning, and we're collectively connecting and uniting to the higher aspects to dream awake and really solidify and hold this frequency. So this is really important. As you step in, you clear and release through your breath the old, and step through the gateway of this dream chamber into the star portal, into connecting with the Sirius and this star portal that's opening in solar consciousness. So we open to all of that. And each time we contribute and step into that chamber, it opens us, and we collectively anchor more light in these chambers. So I appreciate very much that you have joined us, and anytime that you do, We will have a permanent dream chamber soon on the website so that you can go in and practice. You can go in and sit and be in that energy. And always, always, as you step in, all falls away so that you connect to the divine human form that you are, your cosmic consciousness in this body through your nervous system, as we open and anchor in higher frequencies of light and genetic coding for the perfect divine genetic perfection. So thank you so much. Thank you. So I believe we have time now for questions and answers. If you are interested in asking a question.
So Linda says, I've been communicating with more spirits lately. How do I see them with my sight? Great question.
Great question. So as you connect and tap into your own inner being, as we open the third eye and then we open upward into star consciousness, many of you know I'm connected to the self-ascension and a basic healing, and some of the teachings that come through from the star realms and the ascended masters and the blue starborn and the crystalline. There is a star consciousness. So just bring your finger to the brow, just between the eyebrows, and then as you tap into that, breathe that's your third eye, and then move up and you'll find the star consciousness open up, and you might feel it on a little bit higher on the brow. We're opening our cosmic meridians now, our star system. And as you do this, tap the star consciousness and then breathe up. There's a much more involved, but connect and then breathe up. There are more teachings around that that we can connect to later. But I want you to just bring your hands to your heart, and as you connect into your divine presence, as you tune into your heart, step fully into your mastery. Step into your heart chamber. Imagine that you do this and call forward all of your divine mastery from many realms, from the many earth walks and walks that you've had in other star systems where you had mastery in your vista, in your vision. In the shamanic cultures, they say cultivating vista. We have that capacity. And as you tap into that, breathe from your heart up and imagine right in the center of the head, the pineal gland. It looks like a tiny little pine cone, and breathe into it and it begins to spin. Imagine it's like a beautiful lotus, and on this crystalline lotus is this pine cone, and it begins to spin light. I can see it already opening. And as you breathe into that, the pineal is opening now. So the more you tap into that, and the pineal is a light receptor, so I can already feel my crown tingling. Breathe and open up. Imagine that you open and connect up into the portals of light and your own connection to your highest self and beyond, into the infinite. We open, and when you feel this tingling, you might breathe into that. You might breathe and see this clearing and opening as you breathe in. Imagine this pineal opening and spinning, beginning to spin like a high ratio pyramid. That's what we use in the self-ascension and the Abesa healing. We use a high ratio pyramid. See this like a very long, elongated pyramid. Begin to spin right in the pineal. Breathe. And as you open, it opens the crown up. And see it sweeping and clearing and opening your star consciousness, your awareness of your mastery. And if you, as you place intention that every day you begin to connect to these beings, you might have a space on your altar where you, if you have an altar space, where you come and you sit and you pray and ask for guidance here. And then ask that your vista, your inner vision, be opened. Ask that that be opened. Now, if there's something blocking that, if there are beliefs around, I can't see. Now, maybe you are more clairaudient. Maybe you hear, maybe you know. Maybe your vision will come in sound, or you'll see colors, but you'll never see that goddess or being that you want to. Tune in and become receptive. That's the key. Become receptive and breathe and allow yourself to open to how it is for you, because you might hear a message, or you might go out about your life and somebody will hand you a book on masters. So as you cultivate a relationship with that, that's what it's about, cultivating a relationship. And how will this being speak to you? You might practice with cards. You might draw. You might flip through a book. One of my mentors says, he calls it sidewalk oracles or bibliomancy. I used to flip through a book. What do I need to know today? And then boom, there it was, the message, and it was perfect. We trust who you are. Know who you are. We are opening, and do not judge yourself or compare yourself to anyone. Open to your own connection and allow that, because that's really important. You have your own connection. And so when you're connected and centered and you open, cultivate a relationship, ask for it. You might be guided to do some writing, some clearing. You might hear, you might travel and do shamanic journey. You might do sound. You might go to temples and just sit and be in silence. So just trust it. Thank you.
How does one let go of a scarcity mindset and open up to the infinite abundance of the universe? Kat, I think you were in my brain right then. Great question, well, Mari.
That's what this is about, is letting go of old timelines. So those are merely habits, and many of us are working through letting go of it. We look around us and we see limitation on the planet. We might have it. If you are holding that, it could be a lifetime. It could be a lesson for you to shift out of the density consciousness of the planet and lift. So we have very deep belief systems. You might have past life systems around that. You might, this is something, if you're feeling or holding this is something that you yourself will need to live through. And so how we are, our consciousness, our heart, what are we dreaming? And that's what this dream chamber is about. And that's what these light codes are for. Many people, the Mayas say, what are you guys doing out there? You're dreaming a nightmare. They are telling us to be really aware and conscious. And the first grandmas that I worked with were dreaming grandmothers. They were Eriko Seneca, and they said, be really mindful of how you are visioning and what you hold in your consciousness. So as we lift and move up, we're opening to new levels of awareness. And so whatever is holding us down, the truth is that everything is abundant and opulent. We open to crystalline energy. That's when we open to it. So it's really, really important that as you have this scarcity, it's a thought form. And so turn your focus and your attention to abundance and look around this planet. This is an abundant planet, diversity in tremendous ways, and the frequencies and all is renewing. And as we hold that and let go and trust that we'll open, this is what's so powerful now. So we're going to practice that, and we're going to go into the dream chamber in a moment.
Great. Thank you, Kat. That's a great question. Cheryl has a question. What is the significance of this period, and what specifically should we do to engage? Great question. You guys are asking good questions.
So this is a powerful time, and this is about shifting our awareness and letting go of these old timelines. And the many indigenous cultures talked about this, that we would be opening and becoming shining ones. We would be stepping into our angelic presence, into our divine presence. And so it's too long to say here, but over the time since the 80s and then the 2012. And we've been steadily and progressively opening into new levels of awareness and clearing old timelines and letting go and purging. And the earth is purging. And so a new earth is being birthed. And that's what we're doing, is contributing to the new earth. So if you continue to talk about poverty and lack, you anchor that in. If you open and say, I'm opening and it's coming, you know, checks are arriving in the mail, abundance is coming. Look at your first 3 chakras, and maybe there's some old stuff, you know, when one of my mentors says, get rid of the crap, call it in, chant it, clear out the first 3 chakras and let go of all that energy, because as we begin to step forward and trust, we open into the heart and we lift and move up and out, and we're able to fly, you know. So this time, stay focused on what you're dreaming and what you're putting out there in the ethers, because there's a lot of distraction. Remember who you are. There's a lot of distraction away from our power, away from our creative energy. And this solar gateway is all about bringing in the codes for our divine abundance and creativity and power. So we call the masters to help us to anchor this alignment, and we step forward as masters to bring that into the temple, into the dream chamber. I hope that helps.
Yeah,
the flower of life. So everyone now, I want you to just allow yourself to breathe. And Jenny, you are on the screen, so you know. There we go. Okay. So just bring up. And so now I want you to just look at the image of the flower of life. And as you look at the flower of life, just breathe. As you breathe, just allow yourself. Just clear yourself, breathe. Take a sip of water. And as you breathe into this is a code in itself. And it is sparkled and spread around the world. And so begin to just soften your gaze and look at that beautiful light, the pink and the golden, and there's shades of violet there. And as you breathe, allow yourself now to let go of everything. And if you're more comfortable, you can close your eyes as you allow. And I want you to just breathe into your being. And we call forward the guardians of light, the masters of the violet flame. And we call Sekhmet and those guardians to bring the sacred fire up. And see this energy, imagine, or just simply allow, pretend, visualize this energy surrounding you and completely all around you, violet light interspersed with golden and pink. And see this violet, the sacred flame coming in, and breathe it up from your feet. And as you breathe it up, it comes up through the legs into the root. And as you breathe this beautiful light up, breathe and allow it to begin to flow up through the body and allow it to spiral up. And as you breathe this violet fire up, breathe and allow, let go and see it, waves and waves of light. And we call forth the masters to surround us, to clear and purge, to cleanse and transmute all lower and dense energies now. And so as you step into this violet fire, imagine that it, layer by layer, breathe it up, breathe it up. Breathe it up into the heart, up through the throat. We clear every part of our, up through the head, up and out. Feel it rising up and out. And as you breathe it up, this beautiful sacred flame cleanses in a flush of fire flows up through you, transmuting everything, everything, everything. And before you now is a door. Switch. And we see the dream chamber. And you may gaze at that dream chamber, just peek for a moment. But see that crystal and then breathe it in. And close your eyes. And as this beautiful light flows up through us, breathe this beautiful violet light. Before you is a door now. And just allow, let go of seeing or trying or any effort, let go. And before you is a beautiful golden light. And this door before you, step forward, imagine that you step forward and push the door open. And as you do, you enter the dream chamber. And as you enter the dream chamber, the most exquisite light, it's like you can't even imagine the enormity of this light, like galaxies and galaxies of solar presence light, the beautiful solar light emitting from the core of this chamber. And it's a vast, vast chamber. And as you step in, everyone stepping in gently begins to gather. And as we gather, those around us come forward. Our galactic guardians are in the ethers holding presence. And this multidimensional gateway, this portal, this chamber opens and more light comes forward. And as you step in, you see or imagine or feel the presence of other masters, other light beings. And we celebrate, open your heart, feel the gratitude, breathe. We have come here to do this. We have come here to bring our light and to open our hearts and see the heart opening, expanding, feel it. You might feel it like a vast Milky Way, the galaxy. We are receiving energy from the galactic core, the great galactic sun. Breathe it in. And open and feel this energy begin to radiate and open to the codes. Allow yourself open to receive. And this energy, as you just sit quietly in this space, the energy coming from the galactic core, the solar codes, breathe it in, breathe it in. All of the divine abundance. And as we dream this energy, as we begin to connect with it, the solar, the lion, guardians, the Sirians, and the whales and dolphins, and all the masters come through and bring their amazing energy. And as they step in, they come through this portal and stand around, bringing the majesty and the honoring of holding this frequency, honoring that all stepped in to receive this. Open your heart, open and allow, and breathe this opulent energy, this amazing energy, blast through anything that could limit you. Feel it, open, and allow your heart to open. And you might experience pain. Breathe through it and open it, and allow it to expand, expand, expand. In this place, connected to the great galactic core, the solar consciousness comes forward. Those guardians are holding the opulence of the divine human, our genetic coding. I am opulent. I am connecting to my divine governing presence, my I am presence. I am opening to my mastery through all levels. In this divine moment now, I am calling forward all divine abundance, opportunities, situations, people, situations. I'm calling forward tools, all the mastery that I need in this moment. Allow it to come to you. Relax and receive. All comes in. Radiant, infinite health. Breathe. And a huge infusion of emerald green just flowed through this area. Breathe that emerald green light, healing and clearing, uplifting and stabilizing the emotional body in opulent emerald green light, vitality, well-being, peace. Just feel, allow that. And calling forward all creativity, this creative energy, a beautiful blast of orange, the most incredible, yummy orange color coming through like the most beautiful carnelian. See this energy, call for it, open to it, breathe it in. Our beautiful creativity, the orange, we are creator beings. You are a master. You are a master. And as you align, open to that which you are, creative. We are creating. What are you creating? As we breathe, healing and strengthening, call forth that orange fire, that bright light to breathe through your body. And align it through your throat now. The throat opens and this exquisite blue aqua color comes in. The calling of the dolphins and the whales and all of that energy, our authenticity in this moment. We connect to our creativity, our voice, and we speak our truth. And Sekhmet and those guardians are stepping forward, that divine mother energy to speak your truth, know who you are, and hold that energy. Who are you becoming? What is unfolding before you? This dream chamber opens to allow you to move and see the future. We only have the future before us in this moment. We are in quantum time. We only have the future before us. And so from this place we create. What are you creating? Open to that. Open. Open the doors of opulence and abundance. Open to the divine people, the projects, the opportunities. Can you speak your truth? And the truth, allowing spirit to speak through you. It's a very beautiful aquamarine color. Open now, breathe up into the forehead. Open and allow. See, it's almost, I can see beautiful, like a beautiful golden headband and a magnificent crystal or a Shiva eye opening through the brow. And the kings and queens wore these beautiful jeweled golden bands around their head and the high crowns because they were bringing in this frequency like an antenna. So open that to receive and hold the frequency. Open the crown now, breathe up. And as we open to connect to our divinity and who we really are, this energy flows through. Breathe it in. As we give deep gratitude, feel this energy flowing in and allow it to flow through you as you open to above, far, far, far above, very far, high, high, high. Open to this portal of light. And as you open to this portal of light, breathe up. Open now, open. And I want you to bring your hands in front of you and connect your thumb and your middle fingers and create an O, a zero, an infinite energy. And bring that up above you, up above your crown, tilt your head back, look up. And as you look up, bring this energy down over your third eye and wash it down. Bring this infinite energy, breathe it in. Breathe it down over your body, wash it over. Do that a few times, breathe. Breathe it in and allow this energy to flow through you, all the way through your spine. Breathe down through the base of your spine. Release, release, release. Let go. Clear all congestions. Let go, let go, let go. This is a very good clearing for all interference. But in this moment now, gaze at that crystal, or you might just see the dream chamber, or just gaze within and align with this light. As we are aligned through the chamber, as we are in our bodies, bring your attention. If you feel as if you are several different places at once, breathe all of it now into your heart. Breathe in. And imagine like the crown, like a beautiful ray of light pulsing through and connecting you. I see a tremendous blue light. The Hathors are here. Thank you. See this beautiful frequency flowing down through the crown. And feel this tingling. Allow it. Open. Breathe it in. And allow this frequency of light. The Hathors are 12th dimensional and beyond. Breathe into the heart and open the heart like a lotus, and allow yourself, as you connect to the chamber, as you're in your body, as you open, you bring this divine presence to the earth. Bring this energy, breathe it down through your body, feel it flowing through the base of your spine, down your legs and out of your feet. And in this way, breathe in. Breathe it all the way down your body. Send it out and just rays of light out across the earth. And as we open upward, we connect into the crystalline grid around the planet. Lift up, lift your vision up, lift, and just imagine that you lift up and look up and out through the portal. And well beyond, we see, imagine, or simply allow a connection to the crystalline grid, the new earth that's birthing. Breathe up. Stay connected to this and send your energy there to anchor and align crystalline opulence, abundance, clarity, beauty, respect, honoring, reverence, remembering. All the divine energy that's coming through. Breathe it in. Allow yourself, allow. As we walk on the earth, as we hold this energy, we contribute to the beauty, tremendous beauty, and the balancing of the Pachamama, the earth, and all of the earth temples. Those crystalline temples are opening, and the memory, your DNA is remembering. Beautiful, opulent energy of this planet. We bless the earth, the sacred earth. And as we open to the water, the beautiful energy of the dolphins and the whales. Hatun Chaiwa, they call it in Peru. Unu, the water, crystalline waters. As we honor Star Sirius and the lions, we also honor, through this kingship, the great beings of whales and dolphins that swim and bring crystalline sound through the oceans. May this crystalline energy radiate and vibrate through the oceans, cleaning up and transmuting all, so that those beautiful, beautiful crystalline waters are once again pristine. See the waters cleaning. Connect with those guardians, the beautiful Syrians, the whales and dolphins, Pleiades, many, many guardians here. Tremendous love for the water, clean water, good medicine, hampui, and the air, spirit, and the air, Waira. Breathe and prana, life force, as we give gratitude to the winds, the sylphs of the earth, and see this air, crystalline, the beautiful energy. We connect to that. See this energy as we transmute, send transmutation, crystalline light through the air, through the prana, into our breath. As we breathe in crystalline, breathe it in. Crystalline, Waira, the light, prana. As we release it, send it out in rainbow crystalline light to clean and bring pristine crystalline air, Waira, the breath of the earth, so that all comes into balance and harmony. And the fire, the sacred fire, Waira, the Vilkanina, the sacred fire, as we connect to that fire, the elements, the fire that transmutes. Breathe as we lift through this energy, that fire. Step into the sacred fire, the solar portal. Connect yourself to the galactic core, the center, the great galactic sun, planetary sun, inner sun. Breathe in and bring those fires together. Align those. Breathe in, align yourself through this sacred fire, this creative light. Breathe, open yourself. And as we bring this energy in a closed around us through the rainbow path, the Kuichi, the rainbow bridge, we open to the infinite, the Hanakacha. As we open in this way to the infinite, as we move down through our beings and into the earth, we align the rainbow bridge, connecting to the superior realms, our physical, our within, the deep realms of the supra-conscious, and we align all of these energies. Feel that. I'm feeling everyone really balancing and aligning here. Take one more breath. As you allow yourself, you might gaze at this dream chamber, the crystal. There are multidimensional fields there. But as we will allow you to sit with this energy and just feel and allow yourself to float, you can return to the dream chamber, and there will be more opportunities. And as we anchor this light, we anchor a new abundant earth, the crystalline realms. With deep gratitude, one more moment, tune inward and see this solar disk, the solar light, this solar consciousness, open to the solar codes. Breathe in. We give deep love and gratitude to the guardians, the masters, all who have been around us. As we release and leave this temple space, this chamber, know that you carry it within you, that you can always return. And as you move yourself, bringing this awareness, this energy with you, breathe in. Imagine that you bring yourself back fully into your body. Breathe it into your body. Allow it to just anchor through your being. And we honor all who came today, seen and unseen, with tremendous love and beauty. Shri Matri Namaha, to the Divine Mother, all the mothers in this time who hold the presence of the new earth emerging. May you have fierce courage. May you have the strength and the tenacity to keep going. May you know that you have all the support you need. Remember who you are. Surrender to what is before you and allow yourself to receive all the divine bounty, healing, clarity, and illumination. And so it is finished in beauty. Beauty before us, beauty behind, beauty to the left, beauty to the right, beauty above, beauty below, and beauty all around. I honor the light within. Namaste, and so it is.